What's up, guys? We have another video here today, and today's a bit different and maybe a bit controversial, but I just want to talk about Adept Weapons, and more specifically the possibility of Adept Ritual Weapons, and my argument in favor of the idea, and break down how I would introduce it. But before we get into my concept, I just want to clear a couple things up for everyone here. First, I'm going to shill, and then I'm going to go into an intro for Adepts for newer players. If you don't care about that, skip to the timestamp I have on the screen, or just look at the chapters down below. Hey, I know this thing sucks, but hey, I have a Twitch, I have a Twitter, and a Discord. Go check out all those things. Also, don't forget to subscribe with the notification bell on, like the video, and comment down below what you think. So yeah, let's just get back into the video. But first, we have the general overview of what an Adept Weapon is. So for those who are newer to Destiny or think about trying Destiny, Adept Weapons are legendary weapons, so the tier under exotic, that have access to Adept mods, which are basically better versions of the standard legendary weapon mods. In addition to that, they get points in 4 stats when they masterwork instead of just 1. Now this isn't the full 10 points, it's 2 points to every stat and 10 to 1. These weapons can only be earned through a flawless card in Trials of Osiris, or in Grandmaster Nightfall completion, or encounters in Grandmaster raids. Currently, only Vault of Glass has this feature specifically. And now with that out of the way, let's get into the meat of this video, Adept Ritual Weapons. I've talked about this before in a short during like season 13, and I feel like I didn't really get my point across well in that video. That's why I'm making this video. And before you get angry saying casuals are ruining the game, just hear me out, okay? Here's some quick points to cover. 1. There is only one singular ritual weapon every season. 2. This should be a way to introduce players to endgame content while giving them a taste of Adepts, and a reason to chase them in the future. And 3, this should be difficult, grindy, and a long quest to unlock it. Now that we have the points out of the way, I'm just going to try to break them down one by one. Our first point, there is only one ritual weapon per season. I am not talking about override or astral alignment weapons. I'm talking ascendancy, null composure, salvager salvo, that type of thing. There's only one per season, okay? I know, I'm just learning this too. These weapons are unique, only having one role that is predetermined for it in the spirit of the old pinnacle weapons that we used to get in Forsaken, such as Mountaintop, Recluse. These ones now are just not as strong. In a way, they serve as an easy access weapon that will just be good for new players, which leads me to my second point. Making adept versions of ritual weapons gives newer players a taste of the endgame. Now, let me explain where I'm coming from here. Let's use ascendancy as our example. Let's say you unlocked the adept version of ascendancy, but you got a mod with it, but you got adept charge time. Now, that's pretty useless on a rocket launcher that don't have charge time. Now, obviously, something like adept big ones is a much better option. So this makes the player have a bigger reason to seek out higher end content like Trials and Raids and Grandmasters, just so that they can get the perfect mod for that weapon. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here, and let's see how the player got to this point. So to make this a reward and not a gift, this weapon, which has cherry-picked perks to ensure that it is powerful, should have a long quest associated with it, similar to Not Forgotten compared to Luna's Howl. Let's go through some steps that the player has to go through to obtain the adept version of the ritual weapon, and we're just going to continue using ascendancy as our example. Here's my concept. Step 0, you have to attain the base version, so just standard ascendancy. And then after that, you have to collect all 3 ornaments for it, Vanguard, Gambit, and Crucible. You have to get all 3 of those ornaments. Step 2, win 25 Crucible matches, 25 Gambit matches, and 25 strikes. Now, you've likely been playing these playlists already, but this just ensures that you stick to these playlists and just become better at them for newer players, and for older players, it's there to make sure that you do the ritual activities in the season for the seasonal's ritual weapon. Step 3, consume 100 orbs with the weapon equipped. This is a nice breath of fresh air compared to step 2. Quick, easy, just go into like throwaway or Shurichi or a few other things, collect some orbs, and you're good. Step 4, reach Fabled in competitive Crucible, bank 500 motes, and complete 35 Nightfall strikes. And I just want to say, notice how Nightfall strikes did not list what difficulty, just Nightfalls. Banking 500 motes isn't that bad. That's give or take 20 games. It's a lot like the first time you had to do all the playlists, but just a little bit different. Step 5, create 100 orbs with the weapon. They come pre-masterworked. It shouldn't be that difficult to create that many orbs with it. It just takes time. And then step 6, get 7 wins on a Trials card. Not flawless, just 7 wins. Deal X amount of damage to Primevals. It'd probably be equal to the health of 20 Primevals. Complete a Nightfall with over 100,000 points or more 5 times. 7, you have to reset Shax, Drifter, and Zavala twice. And this is cumulative, like you've already set them twice. It'll just mark that one off as done, okay? Step 8, 5 raid completions. This could be any raid. It could be Last Wish, Deepstone, Garden, Vogue, or even the Witch Queen raid. Any of them will work, okay? Step 9, get 1,000 kills with the weapon, and since it has a kill tracker on it, that makes it a whole lot easier. We can mark it off earlier on if we're just using it the whole time. And then the 10th step is win 30 Trials matches, kill 25 invaders, and complete 10 Nightfalls at Master or higher difficulty. So basically, that last step, you can win 30 Trials matches. You don't have to go flawless for it. We're stepping our toes into the waters of Trials and, getting better at it. We don't need the flawless for it. We're getting an Adept in this quest. Kill 25 invaders. That one's the easiest of these 3. Complete 10 Nightfalls at Master or higher. So if you're doing grandmasters, that'll count for you too. But you can just do Master Nightfalls and get it done also. Now, overall, why I picked these things is because it gives you a good mix of the 3 different playlists and different playlists within Crucible, making you go into just standard quick play, competitive, and Trials. This breathes new life into competitive, giving you a reason to go in there now. And I didn't include Iron Banner because that would lock you out for a month at a time, and this is something that you should be able to take your time on and do when you want to. If you want to grind it out as fast as possible, you could probably get it done in maybe a few weeks or 2. Just depends who you are, basically. This could take you all season, maybe 2 seasons, if you just don't have that much time. And the Gambit focus objectives have different aspects of Gambit. Dealing damage, killing invaders, banking motes. It makes you do different tasks within Gambit. And for strikes, it increases in difficulty. You have standard strikes, you have just Nightfall strikes, you have Master or higher. It tells you to do different things within strikes that increase in difficulty, while also introducing you to raids and higher level content. But after you complete all those steps and finally get your Adept Ascendancy, we're going to go back to the problem that we stated earlier. Oh, you got your weapon and your mod, but it's not the mod you wanted. But hold on. Our player in this situation has stepped into Trials of Osiris, high-level Nightfalls, and raids, which are all activities that do have a chance to drop Adept Weapons and Adept mods. Hopefully our player is confident enough to use LFG or gather their friends so that all of them can earn more Adept Weapons and more Adept mods in the future and populate these playlists that sometimes don't get as much playtime as they should. So that is my concept for Adept Ritual Weapons, and I would love for you to go in the comment section down below and tell me your opinions, and maybe like this video, share it, that whole thing. And I just want to say thank you for watching and see you next time.